So we had fun at Disney Sea.
We had a really great time.
At the moment, we're just driving from accommodation to accommodation. It's been a few days since we put up that last video, and we've done a bunch of stuff. Obviously, the big one was Disney Sea, which was very cool.
Yes, the sister part to Tokyo Disney, so she's a bit newer, I believe. Because from what I could see, Tokyo Disney was 1983, so me and it share a birthday. But yeah, very, very cool. Really worth adding into your trip.
Yes, so compared to Disneyland, I should say, it had a lot going for it. I really liked, in particular, the areas between the actual attractions. So Disneyland, when you're in the attractions, they've gone to a lot of effort to like make everything look good. Like, you know, you'll be in a cave or like whatever. And I mean, the areas between the actual attractions look good, but in Disney Sea, it felt like they went like really all out. Like there's an area that's like 1920s America, and there's an area that's called the Mediterranean Harbour, which is kind of very sort of Venetian, I guess. And then there's the Lost River Delta, which is like there's an Indiana Jones ride and stuff, so it's like jungle with like an Aztec temple and stuff.
And there's the best part, Fantasy Springs, which is literally like going to Tinkerbell's house.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. There's big statues of characters like in the rock face and stuff. So it was like Peter Pan and Rapunzel and Frozen. So yeah, it was quite cool. The food wasn't as good as at Disneyland.
Yeah, the food was actually a bit of a letdown here. Delicious sweets, really lackluster meals.
The parade equivalent at the end was really cool. I actually took some little snippets of video of some stuff, so I'll like shove some in. But there was one part where the water was on fire, because it was all on the water. There were like boats going around with lights, and there was fireworks and stuff. So that was quite cool.
Yeah, I definitely rate the nighttime parade at Disney Sea over the one at Disneyland, although Disneyland was very, very good too.
Yeah, and right before the park closed, we did the Tower of Terror, which we thought we'd be too pansy to do.
And we were saying it all day, we won't do that. That's too scary.
Because it involves going up on an elevator and then being dropped more than once. But no, it was fun. It was good. It's less scary than the one at the showgrounds, I think, because you're inside and you're strapped into a seat. But I liked the theming of that too.
I tell you what, it's really hard to stick to 40 through these. Like now we're coming down the mountain.
Yeah, Shan's doing an awesome job driving around. One thing here, I mean, we've been driving through a pretty mountainy area, but I feel like that's most of the country. The speed limits are like 30, 40. The highest we've had is 60, and that was on quite a straight kind of highway type situation. So when you're driving, it is quite slow, but it is beautifully scenic.
Yeah, so at least the driver doesn't miss out.
Yeah, it's everything's green here, which is really cool. It's quite different to home, that's for sure. The day after Disney Sea, we hired the car, which was stressful because it took. We went to what was the
We went to Yokohama.
Yokohama, yes. We took a train to Yokohama and got a car there. And it took us a while to find the car hire place because it's like underground. And then like Shan went and got it, and then she struggled to find where to come pick me up. And it was stressful.
Drove into a bus lane.
But
much to the chagrin of the locals that were looking at me being like, that key car is not a bus.
Yeah. But yeah, we got there. Shan did an awesome job, and she's been doing a very good job driving around too.
Well, you are a very good map guy, considering I cannot work this machine because only the bare minimum of it is in English. Yeah, you're giving me very good direction, so kudos to you.
Well, thank you. But we basically just drove to Hakone and stayed at a ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese inn. It was nice. It's all fancy, probably a bit too fancy. We weren't sure the whole time what was expected of us, like, because you get greeted at the entrance and they take your shoes and they give you these little slippers to wear inside.
You get a little manual basically too, like when you check in.
We ended up hiring a private onsen, like a private hot spring bath.
No nuding up in public for us.
Yeah, we weren't quite brave enough to strip off in front of strangers for the public bath.
I guess that's what they mean when they say a stranger is a friend that you haven't met yet.
I don't get naked in front of my friends either, so... But yeah, and then the meals were very fancy. I'll share some pictures of the meals. But they're also like a lot of fish and stuff, which neither of us are into. So I appreciated the effort that they went to, and I ate everything. But I didn't love probably most of it, which is a shame. And it was the same for breakfast. Breakfast was like a lot of fish and like miso soup and...
Breakfast was Marge's time to shine. That was where I actually tried most things. Something about having smoked salmon first thing in the morning seemed more appealing than eating raw salmon in the evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave that a crack.
And the beds are basically just like blankets on the ground. So they're quite firm because the ground is quite firm. But it wasn't the most expensive ryokan in the area by far. I think for the both of us it was like $300 and something because we're quite cheap. So you could definitely get a fancier ryokan. We also we got a couple's massage in our room as well. Your meals are all served in your room too. They come and bring them to you and they make up your beds, so they're constantly coming in and doing stuff for you, which felt quite awkward because we were just sitting there wondering what we're supposed to be doing whilst they're just like setting out meals for us and stuff. But it had a really nice view. Hakone just all around is beautiful.
Oh, it's lush.
Today, because we checked out of there today, we went on the ropeway, which is kind of like a cable car which goes through multiple stations up over some mountains, and there's an active volcano, so there's like sulfur vents and stuff, which, you know, the place smells like farts, but it's
you get used to it pretty quickly.
You do, yeah. It's actually not that bad, but yeah. So that was quite beautiful, and there's a big lake with like these pirate ships that kind of go around on it. So we did that too. So the last couple of days have been very relaxed compared to being in Tokyo, which is good because our feet have been so sore after the 2 Disney parks and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just heading to our next accommodation, which is a guest house, and we're planning to we haven't actually booked anything for the next couple of days. We're just going to hopefully find some nice mountain trails, drive to them and walk around.
Yeah. We've got Fuji views, so everybody will get their taste of Fuji. We're not climbing it because, you know, it's a mountain and I'm not fit for climbing mountains.
Yeah, we're terribly unfit, and there's a lot of mountains to walk around on, and apparently Fuji is terribly over-trekked, I guess, to the detriment of the area. Like a lot of trash and deteriorating paths and stuff. And yeah, like Shan said, we're way too unfit to even think about it anyway.
Yeah, but the real magic is in seeing it. You can't see it when you're on it.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like we couldn't see the pirate ship we were on while we were on it. We could see the other ones, so that was cool. But yeah, that's what we've been up to. I've got a lot of little snippets of video that I've done and photos and stuff, so I'll slap them all here.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to add, Shan?
Just that I miss Dobby.
Yes, we both miss Dobby terribly. Dobby, if you're watching this, we love you.
Yeah, I met another little dog today, but she means nothing to me. You're the best girl, Dobby.
Yes, exactly right. Alrighty, toodaloo.
Bye. Gentle. Good.
Making friends with the local wildlife.
ポートディスカバリーステーションです。
その謎を解き明かすことだ。マニュアルサーチライト点灯準備完了。よろしい。潜水艇のショルサーチライトは手元のレバーで操作できる。細心の注意を払って探索に当たってくれたまえ。
Does that control our line?
Yeah. Look, there's an octopus. Welcome to Arendelle.
This is the room that we've stayed at last night at our ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese inn. It has pretty nice views of the mountains over yonder. Here's a mirror that you can sit at to do your fancy makeup and stuff. Here are the beds we slept in last night. They're very thin and my hips didn't enjoy it. Here is Shan wearing a yukata that was provided. Yeah. And another nice view here. Smells like farts.